What if I told you that you don't need to be a millionaire to enjoy feeling like a millionaire? In this installment, I want to talk about a discovery that I made when I first came here to Colombia to retire. Well, I have three pensions, and these three pensions are a result of my two major professions that I had when I was living in the United States. One was as a language instructor for the high school. I taught Spanish. And the other was as a children's social worker for the Los Angeles County of Family and Children's Services. And the other pension I have is from my Social Security. Now, let me explain something that I discovered when I came here to Colombia. The standard of living here in Colombia is much less than that of the United States. It is much cheaper and easier to live here in Colombia than in the United States. Let me see if I can give you a little bit of insight as to where I'm taking this. The average doctor professional, let's say a neurosurgeon, the upper class salary of a professional engineer, doctor, lawyer here in Colombia is probably somewhere around 1,500, usually no more than $2,000 a month. That is the equivalency of the pesos that is earned by the best paid professionals here in Colombia usually comes out to be equivalent to about 1,500 or $2,000 per month, equivalent to money in the United States. Now, this is what happened when I came over here. When I came over here, my income in lifetime pensions totaled to be about $2,900. So that immediately put me in the upper class of who are considered wealthy here in Colombia. In the United States, in Los Angeles, California, it's nothing. It's almost like poverty level in comparison to the cost of living here in Colombia with that of the United States. For example, a luxury apartment here in Colombia usually is not going to be any more than about $600 or $700. In Los Angeles, California, it's not unusual to pay $2,500 or $3,000 per month for a luxury condominium or apartment. The medical costs are much less here in Colombia. There was a medication that I used to have quite frequently in the United States to control my asthma. It was a type of steroid inhaler from a company called Avalesco. And this inhaler was $300 per month if I was paying out of pocket. The same steroid inhaler here in Colombia comes out to be about $30 a month. I could easily pay $35 for a haircut in Los Angeles. Here in Colombia, it's $6. My housekeeper in Los Angeles would charge me anywhere from $70 to $90 per week if I decided to have her come in and clean on a weekly basis. Here, it's about $15. So the cost of living is far less here in Colombia. And it's a quiet secret that most people don't know, that when you travel outside of the United States, you're going to get a totally different experience of what life is. So one of the things that I do know that is absolutely necessary for you to get the so-called millionaire feeling and the millionaire experience, you have to know how to control your money. You cannot spend impulsively, and you have to track where your money is going, and you have to know how to save. Now, the thing is that anybody can spend impulsively, and it doesn't matter how much money you make per month. If you are an impulsive spender and if you do not track your money, it doesn't matter how much money you make. There are people who make very high salaries in any country that you can pick, and if they are impulsive with their spending and they get themselves into debt, their income and their wealth is absolutely insignificant. They feel poor. So I discovered that it's not necessary to be a millionaire in order to feel like a millionaire and to experience what it is to have wealth. I don't know what it is, but at some point, especially in the United States, we got hung up on this millionaire mindset. Oh, I need to be a millionaire. I need to be a millionaire. And this has become an obsession in the minds of most people that they have not made it. They don't have the right to enjoy the fullness of life and abundance until they hit the millionaire mark. But there's nothing magic about being a millionaire. In fact, I like to ask the question, what does it mean to be a millionaire to you? Think about that. Ask yourself, what does it mean to be a millionaire? Well, a lot of people would answer, it means to be able to buy whatever I want. It means to be able to buy lavish things that I couldn't imagine having, and to do exotic things that I couldn't imagine myself doing with the salary that I have now. Well, impulsive spending is no guarantee that you will experience wealth and prosperity. It is more of a guarantee that you will experience stress and debt. So I ask again, what does it mean to be a millionaire in a sane and healthy way? And I found and I discovered that the feeling of wealth has more to do about control of what you have and about knowing how to enjoy surplus after you pay expenses. Now, let me make something clear. You're not going to feel like a millionaire with a poverty level experience where you're always in debt, where you have less than what you need to pay the basic essential things of life, rent, clothing, and so on. If you're barely able to pay these type of things, no, you're not going to have any type of millionaire experience at all. But most people can achieve what I consider to be the millionaire experience without being a millionaire. Yes, you will have to increase your income. Yes, you will have to be able to earn more than your basic expenses. And yes, the most important part of this idea that I'm presenting to you today is that you will have to be able to pay out all of your monthly expenses and then have a healthy surplus after your expenses. This is the key idea of this presentation. After you pay all of your monthly expenses, you will need to have a surplus. It is the point of having a surplus, and almost anybody can increase their income through a variety of means, part-time business opportunities, a host of available avenues that, yes, you can increase your income to the point where you're able to easily pay out all of your monthly bills and have a surplus. Keep in mind, the key to what I'm presenting you today is that you have to have a surplus after monthly expenses. Now, once you have a surplus after monthly expenses, we can talk about the idea from this point of creating the millionaire experience. let me give you a few ground rules. First of all, you have to learn how to control and manage money and control and manage yourself. The whole idea of impulsive spending has to go out of the window. You have to be able to track your money, and you have to have certain habits such as saving 10% of everything that you earn before you pay out anything else. And you need to understand that your relationship to money has to be one of self-control, tracking your expenses, saving what is left, and judiciously enjoying the rest. Now, the idea is this, is that you don't need to own the things that you want to enjoy. A lot of people say, well, if I were a millionaire, I'd be able to own a yacht, a Rolls Royce, a Ferrari, to be able to own and relax in a mansion. Well, let me tell you this. You can't own anything in this life. Everything in this life is on loan anyway. And all of those people, the multimillionaires who have the yachts and the Rolls Royces and the Ferraris and the mansions, after a while, they get so used to it that they don't experience it with any type of joy or excitement. It's just like a regular apartment that you would be walking through. It's nothing really new, fresh, and exciting. So the whole idea of owning something is a myth, because you can't own anything in this life. Everything is on loan. So if that's the case, what is it that you really want when you say you want a yacht, Rolls Royce, Ferrari, or a mansion? Do you want the idea of owning it, because you're going to have to own the upkeep and own the payments and own a lot of the other things that go along with it? Or do you want just the experience of this? If you are following me with the idea that how you enjoy your surplus is how you will be able to enjoy the millionaire experience, you can enjoy all of those things that I just talked about. You can save up enough money to rent a yacht for a weekend. You can save up enough money to rent a Rolls Royce for a day or two, or a Ferrari. And you could save up enough money to enjoy being in a mansion for a weekend or for a week. These, without having the upkeep of any of those things. All of these things are possible. So that the idea is, how present are you when you experience something? So it goes back to the premise that it is not how much you have, but how much you enjoy that creates the feeling of wealth. And the enjoyment of wealth is being present in the experience of it, which in most cases, the people who are the quote unquote real multimillionaires on paper are rarely present with the things that they acquire, because they have such huge amounts of money. They briefly enjoy something until it becomes old, or they get used to it, and they're on to accumulating something new, accumulating and getting something new, experiencing something new. So the people who have lots and lots of money get caught up in what I call the disease of more. They want more, they achieve more, but they enjoy less. So it's not about the acquisition, it's about the enjoyment of what it is, whatever it is that you want to experience. You see, I don't think that Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, who has I don't know how many billions of dollars, or Michael Jordan, who is also a billionaire, I don't think a billionaire is a billion times more happier than you or me. Do you think? If that were the case, is it a fair question to ask, do multimillionaires ever commit suicide? Oh, they do? Oh, so then there's something that's not much of a guarantee in and of itself in having millions and millions of dollars. One of the most important premises to be able to get and experience what I like to call the millionaire experience right now with the surplus that you are able to have and to enjoy is to first recognize, do you have your health? This is the first wealth. If you have your health, you are way ahead of the game of those multimillionaires who are stressed and have all types of physical ailments and so on and so forth through their obsessive compulsive need for more and more and more. The other idea for you to have the millionaire experience is that you need to have some type of purposeful or enjoyable work or business. You cannot be involved in any type of work or business that you don't enjoy and that's stressful. This is another requirement for you to experience what I like to call the millionaire experience. If you are totally enjoying and purposefully enjoying a business or something that is generating money for you, no matter what level you are in, and it is generating surplus, this is a key element for being able to experience what I call in this particular installment the millionaire experience. There is another element that I think is very essential and important to this whole idea of experiencing yourself as a millionaire without having to have the dollar amounts of millions and millions of dollars. You have to be very conscientious about your living environment. I say that this is the most important element of feeling like a millionaire. Where you live has to have a feeling and look of opulence and beauty and cleanliness. No clutter. It has to have a certain amount of beauty that when you walk in, you feel opulent, you feel wealthy. And even if it's a matter of hiring an interior decorator to help you select the perfect environment, plants and furniture and the color, do it, because this will give you a millionaire experience every time you come home. So the thing that I am expressing here is that it is more important for you to understand that it is the experience of opulence, the feeling of opulence that you're looking for, which you can create without having to be a millionaire. The key element is that you have to control your impulses, control your spending, be able to generate enough money to cover all of your monthly expenses, and then have a healthy surplus afterwards. This healthy surplus is what you will use to create the millionaire experience for yourself. And it is something that requires you to master the art of being present in all of your experiences that you choose to have, and to know that it is not how much you have, but how much you enjoy that brings wealth, opulence, and the millionaire experience. Okay, so I hope that you get to see right now that you don't have to wait for the feeling of wealth, opulence, and the so-called millionaire experience while enjoying a level of income that is not necessarily the dollar amounts of that of which one would say, I have $1 million of this and $1 million of that. You can enjoy and feel like a millionaire now just by making and generating enough to cover all of your monthly expenses, saving judiciously, And with the surplus after expenses, enjoy yourself fully and freely and feel exactly what it is to have the millionaire experience right now. Okay, this is yours truly, Charles Prosper, your consistency success coach, wishing you as always to remain consistent and be successful.